Good morning. Welcome to the Water from the Rock podcast, brought to you, as always, by the Calvary Baptist Church. This is Tyler Robbins, and with me, as always, is Dustin Robbins, my brother.
Good morning, everybody.
Well, hello, everybody. I hope everything's going well for you out there, and I hope that our journey through studying the Giants has been a blessing to you. I know that I personally enjoyed it. What about you, Dustin?
I think it was a little bit of an eye-opener on my end. I learned some stuff I never knew, and I learned some stuff I didn't even think about I knew.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to learn about that, and just because these are literal physical giants in the Old Testament, they're pictures of spiritual battles that we have to face in our personal lives, and it's something that we all have to go through. And unfortunately for us, even when we conquer these giants, it doesn't mean they don't try to rear their ugly head from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
They like to pop up constantly, and they're always looking for a way in. So one of the things I enjoyed doing, too, was studying Shimei, and how Shimei actually kind of took the place of one of those giants, just kind of being unreliable and being kind of a bad guy, you know, and the way he ran down David.
Yep.
Quick update on my dad. Well, I guess, finish that thought on the Giants. I just really enjoyed the study and just looking at the different Giants and how you defeat them. But quick update on my dad. He's doing all right. He is scheduled for his tests. I believe it's Wednesday or Thursday of next week. I believe it's Thursday. He's going to get a CT scan done just to see if he's responding well to the chemo treatment, the chemotherapy. And he's a little nervous about that, which, like I said last week, I understand completely, because I'm the type of person who, if I don't have, complete peace about it, I'm always really nervous. But also, I'm the type of person who, whenever I go to actually get things done, I just want it done. I don't want to have to think about it. I don't want to have to do checkups. I just want to get it done. How do you feel about that kind of stuff, Dustin? Are you that type of person too, or are you the type of person who you'd rather have someone walk you through it and check up on it every time?
That's a tough question. I'm a little bit of both. On certain things, I'd rather just not know about it, just put my head down and get it done and get it over with. On other things, I feel like the more information I know, the better decisions I can make involving the situation. So,
that's fair.
50-50 on that.
I guess. I guess I can see what you're saying. That's fair. Mm-hmm. Personally, for me, I would rather not know and just hustle through.
Yeah, I get that. So.
The more chance I have to think, the more chance I have to overthink.
Mm-hmm.
It's just miserable for me. To me, that's kind of where I'm at. And that's kind of how Dad is, too. He's just one of those people who it's easy for him to overthink.
Yeah, so. I understand that. So, But, Tyler, how's your week been? We haven't really talked about you lately. How's your week been?
Oh, very busy. Always things to do.
I understand that.
It's been busy. So
I understand that.
Yesterday I was able to take Dad. We went for a drive and we went out to Floyd, which is a town a couple miles away, and he's got a thing for their chicken wings. He's got the wings and drummies or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
He loves going and getting those from them, and he hasn't really been able to do that lately because being the stomach cancer, he's not able to really eat. But lately he's been able to eat a little more, and we were able to go out there and get some of that, and he's able to eat, I think, 3 or 4 of them yesterday. So that was really good. It was a real good blessing. I really enjoyed that. So, and then we went to Waverly, which is about half an hour away, about 45 minutes from Floyd. Went out there to pick up some stuff for Mom, and they have a little bakery out there, and I stopped to pick up some molasses cookies for the kids, and they've never had molasses cookies. That was kind of a new experience.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I really enjoyed it. I just like being able to get up there and hang out with Dad for a little while, and that was nice. Him and I talked a lot about the church and about life and about how to preach and pastor and stuff like that. I just really enjoyed that study, and it was just a real blessing to me. Really enjoyed it, and he seems like he's been having more and more energy these days. But like I said, he is really nervous about that test. So
yeah, and that's coming up on the 17th, right? Or is it the 14th?
The 14th is, isn't that Monday? Yeah, today's the 12th, so yeah, the 14th will be Monday. His test is going to be on Thursday. So.
All right, so it must be the 17th then.
Yeah. But yeah, so just please keep him in your prayer. I talked to him yesterday, and he says, "Well, I'm not really discouraged about it right now, but I know those waves come. They would like to take you down. So please keep him in your prayer." But yeah, as far as everything going around the church, tomorrow's Palm Sunday, so we're pretty excited about that. And then next week is Resurrection Sunday, and we're really excited about that. We've had the cantata going, and I know you guys will be able to hear that in the background, testing the audio and listening to that. I can definitely hear the music, so we waited today to record till after the cantata practice was over. So that was wise and not nearly as distracting. How's your week going, Dustin?
It's been good. Ups and downs, life struggles and life gives and takes.
Yeah.
Was able to finish up a couple projects I'm working on, but it's been an up and down week.
I
Been
get
up and
that.
down week. So
I hear you there.
yeah. Nothing really to note, but super excited about tomorrow. Going to be able to do a couple things. We're going to be doing some cool things in Children's Church and everything. Super excited about that.
Good.
Hopefully, we'll have a whole bunch of new visitors tomorrow in the church and also on Sunday.
Ooh, that'd be exciting.
That would be great. Plus, we just got the front railings done at the church. That'll be
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, we still got to sand them and paint them, but
Yeah.
we did get the new railing welded and
Mhm.
installed. We have a little bit more welding to do. There's a couple of
Mhm.
more things to do, and then we're going to sand and paint them. But we should hopefully have all that welding and stuff done by
Mhm.
Monday, Tuesday this week, and then Jacob was telling me he's got a couple different tools that we can use to help sand. So we should be able to have like a sanding party and have that all sanded in about half an hour,
Mhm.
and then we'll paint. So that's probably what I'll be doing on Thursday, Friday.
Which will be great.
Yep.
Because those railings are probably as old as the church is. And how old do you think the church is, Tyler? You were
It's
telling me the
built
other
in
day.
either 32 or 37. Their building was built.
So yeah, it's about time it needed to get fixed and replaced.
So
that's
that
good.
railing out there, see, they had
That railing
me, I yawned.
was something.
they had a railing beforehand, and it was just a simple circular pipe railing.
Oh
It was like a steel pipe, and that was there before. And we put in some steel square tubing, like some stainless steel square
Mhm.
tubing, and we'll paint it to just kind of make sure it doesn't corrode and rust.
Mhm.
But there was a railing that was up before that. That stuff had been from like the early '60s. That stuff. It's still like it is some sturdy railing, but where it met the ground, it had rusted completely through.
Yeah.
So it was just not a reliable railing anymore. So we had to replace that. But
Yeah. Which
yeah,
is
it's neither
good.
here nor there. It's just something we need to get done, to update, and it looks
Mhm.
so much better.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something that we should have done a long time ago, and it looks so much nicer now.
When we first moved here, Dustin, we have that ramp, the
Yeah. Yeah.
wheelchair ramp on the side. Did that have railing on that side? I don't remember.
No, I don't think it did. I think it had. No, I take that back. I think it had little itty bitty pieces, like sectional railing, but it also
Oh, yeah.
the posts that went up
Yep.
between the breakers were actually a swirled, so it didn't even match the front railing.
I remember that. I remember.
But it was like two little sectional pieces.
Yeah, and they were held together
Mhm.
by like little, I don't know, those things have been like 18 gauge aluminum brackets.
Yeah, it looked like it was
like
tackled.
L brackets, and
Yeah.
those things. I don't know. I know 18 gauge isn't really the right terminology for that to measure it, but it was
Yeah.
super thin, and we used to
Mhm.
bounce on that railing because it was so busted up.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It's like a
now.
trampoline almost.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised like it didn't like fall over and somebody fall on and get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this stuff that we put in here, I think you could probably hit with a truck and it wouldn't move.
Yeah, it's not going
Noah,
anywhere.
Noah the hoss got up there, and I had him wiggle on it. He couldn't even get the wiggle. I thought that stuff is set.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had it all set, and we had a guy who loves to do concrete for work. He came out and took a look at it and said, "Yeah, it's not going nowhere, so we should be good."
Well, I had a guy who does concrete come by and help us get them
Mhm.
set because we cut holes in the concrete. So
Yeah.
we had him come by and help us get them set. So that was
Oh
good.
man, cutting those holes in that concrete. That was.
That was a bear.
I was only there for the back end of the job, and that was difficult.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't fun, but it got done, so that was good.
It
But
did.
Anyway, yeah, I'm just really excited about that. We also got some new posts for the front of the church that's coming in and be here on Wednesday.
Ooh, that'll be nice.
Yeah.
And that's for the awning in the front of the church,
Yep,
right?
they're 6x6 cedar
Ooh,
posts.
That'll be fun.
Yep.
Be fun.
Yep.
So and then it's that we have all those going down, and then hopefully it'll be all ready and all set up and painted and prepped before next Sunday. We can have almost a whole new front of the building for Resurrection Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be awesome.
Yep, I talked to Dad a little bit about painting and stuff like that, so he's got colors picked.
Mm-hmm.
And we're contacting a couple different painting companies to see what they would charge and see if it's worth doing ourselves or if
Wow.
it's something we'd hire out. So
It's gonna be a busy summer for the church.
yeah, well, it's going to make it look brand new. I'm
Yeah.
so excited about that.
I'm super excited about it too. It's about time. I love our church building, but it does need a little
Some
bit of help
love.
every once in a while, you know.
Well, every bar needs a fresh coat of paint every once in a while,
Yeah.
just like a woman. And
Exactly. Oh, I'm not touching that
yeah,
statement.
that's an old saying.
My wife's in the other room. I got to be careful here.
Yeah, I hear you there. My wife's at home, so I'm lucky.
Yeah, she'll
but-
come in and hit me.
Yeah. Well, anyway, though, yeah, I was really excited about that. We got a couple more things we want to work on outside. Got some other fencing we need to put in, replace some posts and stuff. So, gonna treat some other stuff and make it all look real nice and
Yeah,
fancy. So, I'm really excited about it.
that's awesome.
Church building definitely deserves to be taken care of. So.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Can't wait.
Well, anyway, today what I wanted to talk about, Dustin, is I kind of want to share what we were talking about in the car. Me and Dustin were driving around talking about life and about things that God has done for us, and talking about blessings and the way that God's taking care of our family and taking care of him, taking care of me. And we were talking about a few things, and I think one of the things that really limits people is themselves. And
Yeah.
Dustin, I know I was talking to you a little bit about this, but I kind of want to share this with the people a little bit, and feel free to chime in. I'm happy to hear from you and add. So. But essentially, I preached on Wednesday night. I posed this question to the people. And the question I posed to the people were, why in the world did Saul send David to fight Goliath? And we talked a lot about the 5 giants, and we talked about David fight Goliath, talked about how he had fought Lami and Ishbi-Benob and Saph and the 6-fingered giant. But through it all, I asked one question. Why in the world did Saul send David to fight? Realistically, the answer is unknown. It's not listed in the Bible, but we do know that Goliath ran his mouth a lot, and so it made everyone nervous. And so Saul had not had the backing to go fight him. His army wouldn't fight. They were nervous. Now, context of the story is we know in 1 Samuel 17, I think it's verse 1 or verse 2, that they say that they brought out a champion. His name was Goliath, and they give all of his measurements and how strong he was.
Yeah.
But what happened in 1 Samuel 15? What happened in 1 Samuel 15? Dustin, do you happen to remember? No, it's okay. I'm literally blindsiding you with this question.
Yeah, no,
I
you're
know this
fine.
because I know the verse. The Bible says there's a verse in there. Samuel and Saul have a conversation. And this is after Samuel and Saul fight. Or not Samuel and Saul. This is after Saul fights, I want to say it's the Amalekites. And we know that he brings their king in order to kind of, God said to utterly destroy them, destroy all their animals, destroy their homes, destroy all the people, wipe them off the face of the earth. So what does Saul do? He takes their king, and he takes a bunch of their animals. Why does he do that? He says he's going to sacrifice him. Whether he's going to or not, I don't know. But he's going to kill the king.
Yeah.
But instead of killing the king in battle, killing the king in his land like he's supposed to, God said utterly destroy him. He then parades this king through the street on his victory lap home. So he's taking all the glory from God. And this is only like the 3rd time he's done this. So Samuel comes to him and says, when thou wast little in thine own sight, God made you ruler over Israel. And then he says, it is better to obey than to sacrifice, and better to, I forget what it was, but then hearken unto the fat of the rams. What he's telling him here is you have, instead of obeying God, you've hearkened to what you've wanted. Instead of following what God said, you have not obeyed. And so the kingdom is going to be taken from you and your family.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then he goes and anoints David to be king, following this loss of kingship by Saul and his family. So now Saul in 1 Samuel 17 goes to fight to protect the people of Israel from the Philistines. And he's lost his mojo. More importantly, he has probably heard of Goliath before. I mean, he's their champion.
Yeah.
He had already fought a couple battles against against the Philistines. Do you think it's possible that he had heard of Goliath already?
Well, yeah, obviously.
Definitely.
Obviously. I mean, Goliath was like the face of the Philistines for the longest time.
Yeah, he was their premier weapon. He was
Exactly.
their top of the line weapon. He was the most damaging, detrimental soldier they had.
I mean, even if Goliath didn't fight, they just brought him out to, harass their enemy or whatever,
Yeah.
and just basically shout and yell at him and demoralize them.
He was definitely great for demoralization.
Exactly.
But-
he didn't even have to really fight.
Exactly. But my point is, in saying all this, Saul had lost that battle weeks and months before
Yeah.
he even fought it.
Lost it in his head.
Mm-hmm. And I talked to the people about this. I
Mhm.
told the people, it's very easy to prepare for the fight. It's
Mhm.
very easy to prepare for a big battle.
Mm.
What would I do if my wife left me? What would I do if one of my children died? What would
Mhm.
I do if I lost my job? It's easy to prepare for those big battles and to have plans in place. It's hard to deal with the day in and day out, the struggle, the slow burn of essentially demoralization. It's hard to deal with the day in and day out, the small struggles.
Mhm.
And s-
Absolutely.
yeah, it is. There's a lot of times those small fights wear you down.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, I'm sure you've been there, Dustin, where it's, what do you do in this situation? Well, it's easy to plan, and then you get into things and just little thing here, little thing
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
it is like you said. It's one thing to say it. It's another thing to go through it.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I was dealing with my roof this week. I was
Mhm.
replacing the roof on my garage.
Oh, did you get that done, by the way?
We did.
Awesome.
And tore the roof off on last Friday, and then Saturday I had to put the paper on. And it was windy. It was
Mhm.
real windy. And so I
Ooh.
fought the paper for 6 hours and only got the roof like half done. The
Oh,
next day I
man.
went out and there was no wind, and I got the other half done in an hour and a half.
Ain't
Yep.
that how it goes?
Yeah, but it was Sunday, and I didn't want to work on Sunday. I just went out and got a little bit of paper
Mhm.
and done, and it was done. So, but anyway, when I went to go do all that, though, before I started the paper, I went to rip the roof off. And then I knew I had to do that, but then I had to go through and nail all these little nails in, and there's about 1,000 nails. And then I had to cut some boards out and replace them. And then I had to go buy boards. And then I had to tear my gutter off on the north side and reseat the gutter, and I had to do that. And I had to replace some drip edge. And before you know it, it's been 3 days of not getting shingles put on. I was hoping that the shingles already on to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But just the little things added up. And
Yeah.
Saul, I think, probably lost that battle weeks and months before because he had done lost his mojo, he done lost his strength, he done lost his confidence. Because the little things tore him up.
Yeah.
And then a big thing happened. He lost his kingdom.
Mm-hmm. And
I-
now he's coming out of that, and he's going right into a battle, and now he's going to have to fight probably the face of the Philistines.
Exactly. I mean, arguably, they're, like I said, their strongest weapon.
Mm-hmm. And now it just went from bad to worse in his mind. He's just given up before he even got to the battlefield.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing's true of us in our lives. I wonder how much people limit themselves from God's blessing. And God said, it's kind of like the lady who had the oil that God had promised her.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, go out and get all the vessels you can. She went out and got as many vessels as she could get, and they poured oil into each one of those vessels and filled it up. Right? It was a miracle.
Yeah.
I wonder how many times God says, "Hey, I'm willing to bless you, so go get all the vessels you're willing to." So then they go get a shot glass,
Yeah.
or they'll be real spiritual and grab all their pots and pans in their house and all the
Mhm.
cups. But then they didn't go to their neighbors. They didn't go buy a big tank.
Mm-hmm.
If it were me, I'd go get a loan out to go buy one of those giant. I'd go rent one of those big tankers that go on the back of semis. I would have done everything I could to get as much as I could.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, I get that.
Exactly. I would have went and got a skid loader and dug a hole in my yard. Would have
would've
been
said,
smart.
Hey, God, I own the Grand Canyon now.
Exactly. But people limit themselves.
Yeah.
They refuse to get out of their comfort zone and stretch out and step up by faith. They refuse to accept God's blessing out of guilt or out of apathy or out of even bitterness. Sometimes they're like, no, I don't want God to bless me.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll never say that, but they'll act that way. And instead of stepping out by faith, they're stepping out in love or in mercy or in grace. They refuse to.
Yeah.
And it costs them. It costs them their peace. It costs them their security. It costs them their trust. It costs them the people that they love. It costs them everything.
Mm.
Whether they realize it or not, it cost them everything.
Yeah, it does.
All they had to do was just step out.
Yeah. And don't get us wrong, folks. It's easy preaching, but hard living. I'll definitely testify to that.
Definitely. But it's also good to hear that there
It
is
does.
better.
And it is. It is. It is.
But at the same time, I continue to preach that message, and I talked about how it's the little foxes that spoil the vine. They spoil the tender grapes. I can't say it. The Bible says in Song of Solomon, 2:15, I believe, is that verse on the beware the little foxes that spoil the tender grapes.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why is because those little foxes are the one that can slip through the defenses. When you make the big plans to deal with the big problems, the little ones are what tear you apart. Now, what's the tender grapes?
Mm-hmm.
The tender grapes are the unrealized fruit. They're the unrealized fruit of your labor.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you an example. Let's say you don't want to drink anymore. You know, I don't drink, you don't drink, but let's just use an example. Let's say you struggle with alcohol dust and you don't want to drink anymore.
Okay.
So you come to God. You say, God, I don't want to drink anymore, but I get stressed out. I drink.
Yeah. Okay.
Whenever I'm worried, I drink.
Okay.
You'll have the worst day of your life the next day. Everything will fall apart because
Yeah.
the devil wants you to go back.
Exactly.
If
That's
you
how
give
it'll
into
go.
that, the blessing that you've reaped, that you will reap for giving up your drinking,
Mhm.
you know, clarity of mind, more money in the bank account, less damage to your physical body, like damage to your liver and stuff like that. All of that is now lost because you went back to square one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And all you had to do was just trust God.
Yeah.
And once again, it's hard, but you're reshaping yourself, and you're going to get the fruit of your labor if you continue to drive forward. If you give up that blessing and go back to square one, they spoiled the tender grapes.
Mm-hmm.
It cost you.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right there.
What limits people the most is the fact that they limit themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
The
Absolutely.
devil wants you to live in a box. God wants you to live free. So that's kind of what I wanted to share with you guys today. That's what's on my heart. Don't let yourself be limited to what you think you deserve or what
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
Limit yourself to what God is willing to give you. Because
Mhm.
God's willing to give you more than anything you'll ever desire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Make sure to go out and get those pots and pans in your life and fill up the Grand Canyon of your heart with God.
And don't be afraid to step out by faith.
Exactly.
It's
let
important.
God, let God lead you in that.
Yeah, that's what's been on my heart all week, and that's what I wanted to share with you all today. I hope it's been a blessing to you. Thank you again for Dustin for coming in and staying late.
Of course.
I know we had like I said, the cantata today, so the practice today. They have next week. They're going on live, so I know it was kind of a cumbersome thing to wait. So I appreciate you hanging out. So
Yeah, no problem. And for people out there, please tune into the cantata. We would love to see you guys watch the cantata. I think it'd be a great blessing to you.
if you go bytheblood.org and go to our YouTube page off of our website, it's easier to find it that way. You'll be able to watch it live. So
Awesome.
anyway, with all that being said, guys, thank you all for tuning in today. I hope it's been a blessing to you. If there's anything else you guys would like for us to ever talk about, feel free to contact us through bytheblood.org, or if you want to share a message or give a vote of confidence to Pastor, if you have something you need us to pray over, let us know. We're happy to do it. So just reach out to us once again through bytheblood.org or through our app, Water from the Rock. You can download it on Google Play or on the Apple App Store. So once again, thank you, Dustin, for coming in.
No problem.
Remember, I'll also like to take a second to remind you all the Lord loves you. Have a great day.